Test. Alright, let's check on Twitch. Is everyone here on Twitch? Well, I say everyone, no one is actually here. It's just me testing my mic. Alright. I'm using High Zealands here as a good way of gauging the volume. Give me a moment. Let me edit the YouTube stream because I need to change the description. Set the game category because I almost typed Genshin Impact. Honkai Star Rail. Alright. I think everything's set up. Alright, wonderful. So yeah, hello. Hello everyone. As promised, I'm back here on Honkai Star Rail. And if you missed last stream from last night, which I highly suggest checking out before this one because I'll be continuing the quest from here. I pulled Hycelin's and built her, and then proceeded to do about, I'd say, I can't remember how many hours of questing I did last night, maybe 6 or 7 hours of questing last night. But basically right now we are, spoiler alert, right, if you haven't done the quest yet, I am a good portion through the quest. But this is right after, and then one last spoiler warning. This is right after I, freaking Cyrene pulled the freaking DDoS attack against Lygus, and we won the battle. I don't know why, but I sound pretty loud today. Oh, maybe this is just a Twitch thing. Let me check on YouTube. Let's see. No, YouTube sounds better. Weird. I guess I can turn my own volume down a little bit. Hello? Test, test, test. Let's wait for that. I think a little bit more. Alright, I think this should be good. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the thumbnail. Alright, awesome. Alright, well, and let me just do some attacks, just to test the volume balancing between the game and myself. I'm going to be trying to talk over all of them. We'll see how that sounds. Let's give it a moment. Hold up. Let me just change a little bit. Alright. Do a few more. Another one. Alright. That should be good, I think. Alright. Yeah, that sounds alright. Cool. Awesome. Alright, should be good now. Okay, let's get the stream going. So, yeah, we left off right after we DDoS Lygus, and we are allowed to start a new Era Nova. And, and yeah, right before... And right as we stepped in Era Nova, some fragment of Ceredra popped up and was talking to High Zealands, and we are now put into a flashback of Ceredra, all the way back then. So yeah, that's that. That's as good of a summary as I can give to where we are in the quest. Let's go read it. I don't think I read this. No, I have read this paragraph last time, I think. Yeah, I have read this. Okay, well then let's just go. So, apparently, Serini is taking Ceridra. Oh yeah, Ceridra showed Hyzon that she still had like a page out of the As I Written, Sereni's book. And Serini is bringing Ceridra through the memories of the Trailblazer. So, yeah, the text here is still the same, but contemplate the proverb of the witch from beyond the sky. Alright, let's go take a look.
这座空间站很漂亮吧？不过，等你跟着星球列车再走远点儿，不出2站吧，就会知道这景色也不算什么。
I mean, fair enough.
银河很大，大到未知远远多于已知，但他们最后都算不上什么。你走得越远，越能理解这句话。
I mean, yeah, this is coming from the person who solved the... What is it called? I'm blanking on lore. The solitary wave theory, right? That's what that called? So yeah, no, Herta would know something about how much of the universe is unknown. If you don't know, solitary wave theory in the Honkai Star Rail universe is basically a thing that was discovered by one of the either Intelligentsia Guild or Genius Society, can't remember which one it was. Upon the throne of Rupert II, they discovered a wave that basically is pulsing constantly, and apparently from which can be derived the equation in which, depending on the specific variable, the universe is either entirely predetermined, or you can tell whether the universe is predetermined or random, right? So whether everything is already set in motion, it's deterministic, or it is non-deterministic, and what will happen is there's no such thing as fate, right? Basically, does fate exist? And basically, Herta showed that, yeah, there is such an equation, and that variable is unknowable. So, we don't know. Anyways, off topic, but...
所以，跟着无名课好好干吧。没事记得给艾斯达发个消息。
Nice.
自然想法倒是与我一致，只不过比起血与火的征服，他们选择了更温和的道路。
True, not everyone is an imperialist.
黑塔女士和罗斯姑母先生被人们称为天才，据说只有银河中最具智慧的人，才能得到翁法罗斯真正的造物主博什尊的青睐。
Yep.
身份如此高贵，也只是神明的附庸吗？
Yep, correct.
恰恰相反。
But also...
是他们中的第一位创造神明呢。但具体细节，人家就不清楚了。
Yeah, and a ninth of that very first of them is freaking Inaphorius. Crazy, eh?
说不定您可以问问黑
You
塔
know,
女
the
士。
Sioros you know about.
接下来，让我们再去其他世界看看吧。
Sure.
银河很大，大到未知远远多于已知，但他们最后都算不上什么。你走得越远，
Wait a
越
second.
能理解这句话。
So Reacher's shorter than Mini Herta. Like, you're seeing this, right? Like, you see where our mouse is going. Like, even without the lower beret. Actually, I'm pretty sure with their head accessories, the Reacher is actually taller because of the crown. But, like, actual head-to-head, Herta is taller. That's crazy. Alright, well, time to get dismembered by Ceridra for saying that. Alright, browse memories.
旅途的下一站和翁法罗斯有不少相似之
Oh,
处
yep.
呢。
Bellabog.
一座雪国，有趣。
Oh, is this the engine of creation where we're at?
这颗星星叫做亚利洛6号。
Oh, that's Himiko and Herta.
这个名字冷冰冰的，还是贝洛伯格更好听。
Yep, the star is called Urilo 6, and the settlement's called Bellabog.
眼前的女孩身份和凯撒相似，她是这个世界的大守护者，是一位在灾难中挺身而出的领袖。看不出来，这个世界的女皇竟如此年幼。
Well, something happened to her predecessor that it's better to not talk
只
about.
谈论外表，凯撒也不遑多让呢。
True.
远处那貌似尼卡多利的，是兵器。
No, not quite.
它的名字是
Yeah, it's a construction mech.
对了，地质改造工程单元。只是吉奥里亚的眷属啊。令人失望。
Sure, I guess. Oh, look, March is here. Hello, March. A long time. Well, actually, we saw you yesterday, but you looked a little different than we remember.
多亏你们的帮助，我们才能顺利度过危机。与公司的合作既是机遇，也是挑战，但无论如何，都是我们回归宇宙的重要一步。这个世界和翁法罗斯很像，也被关在天幕下，直到无名客到来，才得以回归群星。他口中的公司，听上去是个更大的势力。
Yes, very big organization works for the Amber Lord.
是的，他们用财富的流通征服了许多世界，开辟了辽阔的疆域。在翁法罗斯之外，有许多这般强大的同盟，他们行于和毁灭截然不同的道路。回到大守护者和他的贝洛伯格，您看，他们不也找到了和平走向群星的方法吗？这是谬论。那公司不可能单凭财货实现如此伟业，就算他表面上十足体面，
I
内里也
mean,
必定沾染着血腥的杀戮。
she's not wrong. You know, Ceridra, she is sometimes a bit, how do I put this? For lack of a better word, brutal in her approaches. But, like, you know, real recognizes real. She knows you can't do that without a little bit of, getting your hands dirty. Which, you can ask all that, to Oswaldo Schneider.
而在他的征服之路上，弱者必遭欺凌，甚至毁灭。难道这冰球在面对公司时就没有想过舍弃尊严、卑躬屈膝？我不相信。我绝不允许凯撒的帝国任人宰割。翁法罗斯必须成为强权，不容寰宇轻视。
Yep.
但是，凯撒，贝洛伯格没有你想的那样软弱。不信，您听。我确实产生过动摇，但现在已经明白，贝洛伯格必须学会行走、奔跑，最终脱离他人的搀扶，自立于心间。我相信那天一定会到来，哪怕我无法亲眼目睹。你看，他们心中仍有尊严。有朝一日。
Yeah, Bellabog is such a nice story. Can I just say, very perfect for one that begins a game, right? Like, Bellabog is nice. I still remember that vivid moment, like more than 2 years ago, when freaking I played the quest with Wildfire. You know, that was still a very memorable moment for me.
可惜，银河的秩序早已铸成，若不倚仗毁灭。 弱者只能自陷于弱肉强食的旧律，直到化为尘埃。翁法罗斯，我们必须击碎旧律，成为心间新的秩序。既然说到了秩序
Oh, right.
伙伴的一位旅伴
Sunday
或许能为您带来启发。
一
起翻开下一页吧。
Alright. Can we talk to Himiko in March? No? No, text is still the same. Just want to check.
我确实产生过动摇，但现在已经明白，贝洛伯格必须学会行走、奔跑，最终脱离他人的搀扶，自立于心间。
Alright, let's go.
下一个世界是梦境的国度。第一次听说那里的故事时，我可是惊讶到说不出话来。
Yep, very different place.
如此奢华，着实惹人惊叹。
Very opulent.
这个世界名叫匹诺康尼，是一座建立在梦土中的永恒之城。
Huh, Eternal City. And you two are from the Eternal
这也是
Land.
伙伴的上一站。那时候，他们经历了一番危险却也激动人心的冒险。说说吧， 远处那人头上长着灵羽，我
Yep.
着实有些好奇。
Pavlovian. Alright, complete the aspiration of the orders chosen.
我想再多看一眼这白日梦酒店的光景。下一次回到这里，我便是一名纯粹的
Oh, this is when we're leaving Penacony.
透过旅行者的眼眸，我无比熟悉的一切，或许也会变得十分不同吧。
匹诺康尼是汇聚一切理想的同邪之地，他主张不容干涉的自由，因而在声色犬马中步入迷茫。于是，你眼前这位少年选择用秩序的力量谱写律法，希望能在梦中塑造一处绝对幸福的圣地。
但我理想中的乐园依旧遥远。或许，暂且与各位无名客同行，能令我的求索之路展现更多可能。
I never even realized. How did I never realize that he has thorns patterns on his scarf?
至于匹诺康尼的未来应是何种样貌，就由他们来开拓吧。
听起来，这座理想之邦已经成为了过去式。因为沉沦于美貌是看不到明天的，人们最终选择了从梦中醒来。
Why does life slumber?
此人的律法中只有神和造物，但未留给人一席之地。能接受一时失败，再度踏上旅程，证明他活得很清醒。
True. Nice
您
analysis.
看得也很清楚呀。那您应该知道，在毁灭许诺的世界里，同样没有给人留下。
Also true.
吕库尔格斯口蜜腹剑，我再清楚不过。已经看得够多了，带我回去吧。
Alright. Let's see.
至于匹诺康尼的未来应是何种样貌，就由
Holy height difference.
他们来开拓
Do you
吧。
see the angle at which that picture has to look up at Sunday? Like, yeah, no. Before I was like, is Sayuja shorter than Stella's shoulders? Yes, she is, by quite a margin as well. Her shoulders end like halfway up her crown.
哼，
I find that to be really funny. And even with her crown, she doesn't reach nearly Welt's shoulders. So you need like a crown and a half, maybe 2 crowns. Oh, that's so funny. Wait. Yeah, and wait. Who's taller? Her or Cyrene? They're like the same height, basically. I think Cyrene is slightly taller.
那就以最后一幕，为这段记忆之旅画上句号吧。
Yep.
这窗外的奇观，
That's Amphorius.
很漂亮吧？这就是翁法罗斯。
Yep.
这个世界就在这条无穷的光带中绵延流淌。我们虽然在神明的设计中挣扎，尚且不是真正的生命，但翁法罗斯的黄金翼依旧选择同命运抗争，书写了和人无异的神话。凯撒，您真的要否定过去3000万世的英雄们，连同您自己在内，屈服于暴虐的命运，让操弄一切的毁灭如愿以偿吗？我知道你在想什么，小跟班。你想借那救世主的回忆打动我，令律法的天平倾向他
I
和
mean,
那2位天
yeah.
才，
I
对吗？
don't think she has particularly tried to hide that. She's been trying to make an argument this entire time.
人家的心思，真是一下子就被凯撒看穿了。
Oh yeah, sure, okay. See, Lycus? This is how you try to convince people, right?
若连人心都无法读懂，又何谈掌控帝国？律法的去向，我意已决。但在挪动下一步棋子前，我还想在这记忆里确认一事。告诉我，小跟班，在他开拓的旅途中，可曾见过大海的面貌？
Oh.
大海啊，我的摇篮，我的故乡，汝将于天地境界之海完成征服，长眠于涛声中。
You shall complete your conquest. Okay. very interesting. Eternally slumber in the sound of tides. So basically saying she'll die in the ocean.
汝将长眠于涛声中，于天地境界之海，完成征服。月言如海蛇，首尾相衔。
Yep.
多么优美，好似欢歌。
Like a palindrome.
正如翁法罗斯，一同你我二人的命运，像那回环的海流。
Like counter 3960 at the end of the campaign against Fagusa.
试炼已经结束了，现在告诉我吧，律法的神权将会落入何人之手？我不会将它交给任何人。什么？我即是律法。凯撒的冠冕，岂有拱手相让的道理？救世主也好，审理官也罢，皆从天外而来，无权干涉我亲自征服的土地。翁法罗斯的律法，自当由他的主人裁定。
I mean, not entirely unexpected.
你究竟在试炼中看到了什么？一切，关于这世界运行规则的一切。审理官口中的
solve the equation, eh?
终极协议，只需献上等价的贡物，我便能以自身意志改写此事的法则。善可以为恶，丑可以为美，弱可以为强，而命运开出的价码非常公平。改写一条律令，仅需一位半神的性命。你打算做什么？答案显而易见，无需仰仗天外伟力，我们也可以征服群星。
Well,
只需付出一些合理的牺牲。
There happens to be 2 demigods in the room right now.
已经有那么多人为你的野心，为律法付出了生命的代价，你却仍不满足。我意已决，翁法罗斯必须自立于群星，不可理喻。你以为一句轻飘飘的伪善之词，就能给自己的暴行开脱
？High Zealand is making a good point.
不利，这就是你口中所谓的暴行。讽刺的是，它同样也是翁法罗斯变革的铁律。
Just because that's how a voice operates doesn't make it right.
自那烛火的神谕在远方响起，命运就注定了黄金亦要燃烧鲜血，照亮这个黑暗的时代。可若没有我的征服，人们就只是旧王朝的提线木偶。但现在看来，你的征途也不出前人，血腥、暴虐，满是压迫，你不过是在重蹈覆辙。那就亲自看吧，去我建造的图书馆也好，到街头巷尾寻找流言也罢，去看看凯撒踏碎旧律铸造新律的一生，看我的征服为这个世界带来了什么。我抵挡了黄金战争的污垢，弥合了纷争史以来的所有分歧，我恢复了奥赫玛的权威，让凡人和黄金翼平等站上议院的讲坛。我惩罚了一切罪恶，赞赏了一切功绩。是我砸碎了塔兰顿的枷锁，团结世人自救，开启了烛火的时代。这短短几句话，就是凯撒光辉的一生。所以现在，听好我的遗言：历史总有一天会遗忘克律德拉，但绝不会忘记凯撒的人民和由他开启的烛火时代。
Not wrong.
遗言。
Yeah, about to say. I'm not. Yeah, one rule change for life of one demigod. I'm like, there's 2 demigods here. She never specified whom. So, you know, it goes. There's 2 directions, right? Either freaking High Zealands must die or Ceredra must die.
翁法罗斯濒临毁灭，已容不下无意义的争辩。为了这场救世之战，我要倾覆的律法只有一条，要献上的半神也只有一位。海列屈拉，我以凯撒之名，最后一次对你下令。 为征服献身，我用
Yep,
剑
alright.
刺入暴君的胸。
There it is. One of you must die. Alright. And yeah, we know how this turned out.
于是，凯撒完成临终前的致辞，在人生最后踏上神坛的那一刻，他将裁断命运的选择交给了最忠诚的臣子，如同他最初踏上战场时向同胞宣誓：“我已将精血分给你们，现在，英勇的同胞，跟随我，成为命运的主人。”凯撒陨落。有人说，那位剑骑爵确实堕落成为弑君的叛徒；也有人说，他将暴君囚禁在浅水中，独自离去。如此一来，后者就必须为改写律法而了结自己。有关他死亡的记述层出不穷。如今，我们唯一能确信，当骑士从窝心离去，凯撒口中仍在喃喃着他们过去的征服，他生命的起点和终点。
不，凯撒，您尊贵无匹，怎能亲临前线？还是让我来担任旗手吧。
Oh, look at the art. Right? The countless rights of heirs. And here we have, yeah, the 5 earliest demigods, I guess. The first 5, the 5 of the first Flame Chase journey. Right? Ceretra, Tribios, Hyzelins, Aglaya, and Terravox. Right, that's the 5. And yeah, this is them obtaining the core flame of each one, right? This is Aglaya obtaining the core flame of romance. This is the... Is that Terravox? I think that looks like Terravox. Getting the core flame of earth. This is Ceretra obtaining the core flame of law. And that's Hyzelins obtaining the core flame of ocean. There we go. Good art, by the way. I like the little, like, the uniquely colored outlines. Really draws out the sort of the 5 demigods. 5 asterisks because, yeah.
他们一听到凯撒的威名就望风而逃。金检官现在已经移交给第1军团了。
很好，多洛斯人的游击队呢？
第3军团2天前点燃了山火，本地西方已经夷为平地，只要再过几天，
足够了。战机转瞬即逝，我们也等不起。最后，拉东人的炮垒，现在还剩几座？
不存在了。第2军团和第4军团已经把他们彻底荡平了。
非常好，现在他们1无退路，2无援兵，3无火力支援，我军必能迅速解放神物树亭。总冲锋就在明日暮逆时过后1刻。记住，只要我肩头的同盟旗帜没有倒下，你们就绝不能放弃前进。敌军战士就地处决，反抗的哲人一律押解回营，以军法处置。还有，切不可损毁藏书。去吧，通告全军。
Okay. Respect for preserving literature. I guess that's martial law. It's like the concept of it is fair, but I'm not sure how fair martial law is. And now, no POW mistreatments if there are no POWs. Oh my god.
是，赴死者向您致敬。
报，山之民反抗猛烈，传闻中的开山者亲临战场，他们的战阵滴水不漏。
Oh, I just realized. Oh, this is gradually lining up one by one in the order of who has earned the core flames. Yeah, look at that, and Terravox is now gone. Okay, that's nice attention to detail. Alright, well, I guess we'll be taking multiple screenshots. I love it when Star or any other game does the art that they slowly change to reflect the story's progression.
责令他们在离愁时内 全部撤退到特雷托斯
Like
平原以
last
内。
patches with finance art, right? Walking across the mural.
什么？您这是打算投降？
这是战略转移。正面战场有那撤地的伏龙，足够了。
Okay, that's Terror Box.
伏龙，荒敌，那头愚蠢的地兽，它能做什么？
愚蠢？不，它是吉奥里亚所有造物里最具智慧的，只有他能看清时代的流向。就让他亲自料理大地的同胞吧。我们要急行军，率先战胜残敌，必须对敌人的羞辱给予最炽烈的报复，为给自己戴上弑神的桂冠。
Okay.
明白了，我这就去安排。赴死者向您致敬。
凯撒。
Oh, and there it is, the core flame of law. That is 2 less Tribuoses. I guess they're all set off in their own little campaigns.
他们拒绝了招降，还说此次答复将作为对我们的最后通牒。
Oh, it's Apollonius and Virginia. 07 to those two, once again.
去吧，告诉指挥官们，若没收到凯撒亲笔手谕，绝不得擅自发起进攻，否则格杀勿论。这是何意？命运三项的祭司不是军人，但是政治家。不要以为他们是在盲目抵抗，这群垂死的狗鼠会为自己的短视穷思竭虑，以至于比他们的敌人精明得多。我不如他们，况且神域也是他们的战争机器，我没有这种好运。贸然开战只会令我们陷于不利，一举一动都将受翁法罗斯所有人审判。
Again, Saritra might be morally a bit bankrupt, but she is a very capable leader. And she is very proud, but still knows when
所
to
以，像往常一样，
when
我会
she's
亲自出马。
so that she's not invincible.
这次我将孤军深入，用一场秘密谈判，让命运站在我们这边。
是，各军团也将同时做好准备。赴死者向您致敬。
凯撒，为何我们不在出征的名录中？
Oh, right, and Hyzealans went to guard the rear, right? For the Hyzealans' core flame. I just realized I forgot to take the previous screenshot with Ceridra's core flame. I forgot to take that screenshot. Cooked.
这是一场有去无回的远航，背负神谕的你们，不得随行。
Ah. Yeah, these two can't come with Cyridra because they are destined to get the core flames.
若此战必将
So they should.
您又为何要亲自出征？
Yeah, exactly.
烛火之旅不能无人引领。
是啊，凯撒陨落，帝国必将群龙无首。但记住了，只要能抓住机会，混乱的盘面就不会成为危局。我的离去会铸成你们的长街。待我陨落的消息传扬开来，你终会明白这个道理。
Yep, and that's why these two were the ones left to kick off the second Flame Chase journey, right? And that is why seemingly every iteration, right after Cyritra dies, Aglaia takes over because Cyritra has chosen as such.
我们的旅途是要结束了吗？踏碎旧律，铸成新律。在翁法罗斯的界限内，我的征服已经抵达了尽头。既然神谕已经宣判，凯撒必无法遂愿征服星海，那我便就此退场，不再做他乡。
So it was prophesied that she wouldn't be here for
在那之
the
后，
conquest of the stars.
未来还
Okay.
会有背负神权的黄金翼，还有更多英雄
So
战
she knew
士
that she wouldn't be able to do it, but she wants to carve out a legacy to allow someone who would. Okay, fair enough.
要和平，还是要战争？要反抗暴政，还是成为下一个凯撒？我不在乎，后人自会做主。
Yeah, so now that she knows she can't do it, she's just setting a foundation, solid foundation to allow the next generation of leaders to do whatever they want to.
不必为我惋惜，能杀死凯撒的人无穷无尽，但真正能毁灭他的，只有克律德拉。
All
最
right.
后，我忠实地记录下凯撒生命中最为重要的数场战役，书写至此，征服即将迎来尾声。
Again, don't agree or condone with a lot of her actions, but I at least respect her on the last point. So,
但
yep.
不知为何，在我搁笔沉思之际，一段记忆悄然闯入了脑海。
Also the music.
那是一场幻想列车之旅，我有幸和凯撒在星空下进行了深入交流。而在
Right.
那场对话的最后，我向他问了这样一个问题：您希望后人如何记住自己？为烛火献身的英雄，还是一位暴君？
I don't think I don't think she cares or wants to be either of these. It's either that she doesn't care or wants to be something else.
他几乎没有思考，答得斩钉截铁。我宁愿被遗忘，也不愿被定义，
Yep.
因为律法既不可能永恒，
Ooh.
也不可能唯一。
Is that supposed to be a king piece? No, that's supposed to be a queen piece, right? That's a queen piece. Oh yeah, oh, that golden blood into the water. Good art, good art. I think that's that's a queen piece. Oh yeah, just check. Yeah, that's a king piece right there. Yeah, look at all these pieces around her. Right, the rook, the knight, the pawn, the king, and the queen. Right, golden asses, her blood.
能为历史书写下规则的，从来都唯有人。现在，温法罗斯至伟大的律法已被我踏破，棋局该收官了。见其诀，明明过去3000多万世，都是你亲手杀死了凯撒。但这次，你的心中终于找到自己的律法了呢。既然如此，海瑟因呢？海列屈拉，那神域中的天地境界之海，我会托人送往你的手中。无论你是否选择游向那里，我都不会在乎，不会。凯撒口中喃喃着他的征服，城中他的死讯已然传扬开来。
Oh, her eyes gone dark. That's a detail. One hell of a detail.
自由，解放！暴君死了，去到街上宣告这番要闻。
各位民众，各位元老，大家不要惊慌失措，都站定吧。那建主因为野心偿债了。
人们曾为我登峰欢呼，如今为陨落欢呼。也好，我终爱欢呼。我看到了银河，我无法踏足的疆场啊！来世，我必将归来，让群星听到军团的战鼓，听到凯撒的威名，听到温法罗斯、克律 得了。凯撒用自己的生命改写了何种律令，如今我们尚不得而知。或许，如同凯撒的每一局对弈，真相只会在将军的那一刻揭示。
I mean, again, right? Don't agree with many things he has done, but some, right?
但他的死令奥赫玛为之沸腾。城墙这边，捍卫自由的人们将纪念碑推倒在地；另一边，凯撒的拥护者挡在他的雕像前，竭力宣告：皇帝还站在人群中央。据说，在他们争斗的每一处，精血都汇聚成了同样的铭文，还是那个名字，它属于奥赫玛最初亦是最后的君主——凯撒·克律德拉。但名字的主人并没有看到这一切，他的视线投向远方，耳边的涛声盖过了人们的呐喊。在这预言中的天地境界之海，一汪浅浅的死水里，凯撒在思考什么呢？他在怀念往日的征服，还是在为烛火征程中罹难的千千万万同胞忏悔？都不是。凯撒只看到水面波光粼粼，像极了恩师首度同自己对弈的那个下午，那面由日影分界的粗粝棋盘。
你看这面棋盘，这些棋子，像什么？
还真是美的棋艺，简直就像夜空中的星星，在熊熊燃烧呢。
Oh.
从那书页中。
Why are you here? It's okay. I'm not gonna question after the whole Britain fiasco, but it's okay.
演出了一片大海，如此辽阔，如此纯洁，没有一丝污浊的气息。这是克律德拉。海列屈拉，我的臣子，自你走出被污染的海洋，投入我的麾下，我便窥见你眼眸中的深渊，你内心的空洞。于是，我承诺你一片崭新的海域，将凯撒的野心视作洋流，将忠诚视作火光。海列屈拉，我的臣子，你已尽锋刃之责。如今，
the music.
神谕为我预行之路做了断言，我的征服注定无法迈向群星，但凯撒的承诺从不落空，所以收下这篇记忆，那救世主之所见。
Okay, they actually explained it.
大海吧。
You know what? As long as they actually explained what is here, I'm fine.
这是凯撒所能留予一位臣子的最后的刺伤。
Common, rare, uncommon? I don't know. At this point, I'm just gonna say 3W. All right. Yep.
很久以前，当我还是一尾海中的鱼儿，在水中畅游的时分，总是那么真实。但踏上陆地后，我便陷入了一出戏剧。地上的人们都戴着面具生活，于是我也穿上戏服，试图寻找自己的角色。我成为了你的利剑，宴会上的琴弦。
I mean, yeah, only since this is how the feast continue.
你还不明白吗？我既不眷恋故国的深海，也不向往天外的汪洋。或许
自己该游向何处。
但现在只有一件事，我是鱼儿，终究是鱼儿，怎能离开它栖身的海洋？但无论深海或大地，我或者你，两位无从逃离洞穴的囚徒，也能够看向洞外，仰望星光。
啊。
不得不承认，在
Oh, we're back to this. Okay, yeah.
12因子对生命行为的模拟已经远超预期。
Alright.
所以自己选吧，前辈。是一意孤行，让一句错误的结论成为你的遗言，还是退回观众席，给自己、温法罗斯，还有整片银河一个更好的交代？
容我拒绝。已死之人
I mean,
绝不会惧怕死。
fair enough.
是我说的还不够明白吗？别忘了人见人爱的寂静灵魂。
Let's
你不想
go.
那剩下8个复制人被他当作致死的病灶。
Yo, Herta finally threatened what I said she should do like 3 patches ago. 2 patches ago. I don't remember. But let's go. Herta, call Pokakakabon to whoop your ass, right? To whoop like it's his ass or freaking Xandar, whatever. I don't care. Call her. Murder him. And all the other 8 hymns.
诸位的演绎结果与我大相径庭，因此，再让我提供一条
I mean,
建议吧。
He didn't directly rebuke it. He didn't say, I'm not afraid of her.
听好，我的同胞，不妨与黄金翼一同放眼天外。
Damn.
将下一场猎神之战的全部
He immediately changed the topic at the mention of Pokakakabon. No. Call her. Please. It'd be awesome.
翁法罗斯，并非3重命途纠缠之地，而是3重命途死斗之地。
Ah, yes, this is where Xandar's gonna try to bring up the remembrance. Joyous.
当你们将意志用作与我抗衡的手段，何不设想这样一种可能性？记忆和他的孩子们也将趁虚而入。
I mean, yeah, but so far they have not threatened to destroy the world like you did, buddy. In the meantime. Right. How the erudition and the remembrance fight out. Oh, hello, Evernight. The music. The music is damn.
这不是沉默，而是回答。在林渊镜开
Who are you
海
talking to?
前，他说的最后一句话是什么？很巧妙的问题。
Okay, she's talking to Dan-hong. Dan-hong's interrogating her to see if she's actually March.
他当时什么也没说，对吧？
I honestly don't even remember, so...
答对了。如此一来，我也能确信。
Okay, well, okay. Dan-hong, aren't you supposed to be back on the Express? Why are you here? What is happening?
你果然不是他。3月7不可能记得这事。
Exactly! Brother.
我只警告一次，立刻离开他的身体。
这么冲动，可不像平时的你。先冷静下来吧，想想另一种可能，并非我占据了3月7的身体，
And that she is the original March?
而是3月7取回了我的记忆。
Knew it. What? Jump scare. Every patch, man. Every freaking patch. Every patch is I get jump scare by the interlude screen. Nah, there's no way. No way. Nah, no, they're not doing this. Surely not. Surely. Oh my god, another cliffhanger? Bro. What do I even say to this? What do I even change my status to? You know, let's take a look at the achievements before we do anything. I think I probably do have the time to actually go through all of the post-quest stuff, so actually let me change the stream title here real quick. Okay, I'll change the title after I finish to include stuff like, As I've Written, or the Exomyth, whatever you call it now. Anyways, critique of pure reason. Have any ally characters use ultimate activated by Xandar's antinomy for a total of 3 times in a single battle? Sure. I still don't even know how Lycus works beyond the fact that he has 5 health bars, as seemingly only has 1 phase for it. Hot potato. Wrong prayers can be recited once more. But there is always a limit. Use Ornix's prayer to cause an object to remain in the rewind state for longer than 30 seconds. I am your labyrinth. Give me your burning hands, a brazier for my soul, and an ice of the loneliest. Ah, 7-fold ice. 7-fold ice. That sounds roughly similar to 6-phased ice, but it's whatever. Discover the hidden passage to Styxius's underwater palace. The loneliest one. Now daylight is tired of daylight, and the brook begins to sing again. Step into the seabed of luminous remains, where time freezes in song. Nice. Unyielding sacrifice. May dawn bring us good news. As the saying goes, dawn is a child of night. To the first era of the Flame Chase journey. Alright. Prometheus bound. Into their hearts I placed blind hope, and with it flames fall into Lycus's cage. The city you cannot destroy. Let's sing harsh hymns to the god of vengeance and send uneasy victory songs to the king of the underworld. Bear witness to the demigods' valor, then press on. Shed all golden blood for the past. Here now, you blissful forces buried deep. Answer the call and bring aid. Bless the children. Grant them victory and hope. Pour libations in honor of the heroes' sacrifice, then press forward. God of vengeance. He shattered his lifeline of joy on the rocks of justice. No tears, no witnesses. Witness and defeat the true form of Zioros. Before their deaths, hear the distant, mournful song singing in the name of the Mother of Being, illusion, will, pain. Carry on everything before the heroes' deaths. Huh. Wow, that was certainly a quest. Holy. Let's talk about all the stuff we learned in this quest, right? I witnessed. Evernight being just March with memories, March with her old memories. Not particularly a surprise, I feel like. You know, you'd have to be a pretty big lore skipper to be surprised by that. And honestly, I expected March to retain a bit more of her previous her previous freaking mannerisms, even with the memories. But nah, just fully gone emo. Goddamn, I have never seen freaking March Aura farm so much before. I mean, I don't dislike it. I like it. I'm just a little bit curious at how the story is supposed to progress past Amphorius with this March now, Evernight, whatever, right? Like, surely, because then, you know, the dynamic of the Astral Express is kind of off, you know what I mean? Right? Because usually we have, you know, Stell, the ultra chaotic, freaking, just absolute chaos. We have March, the freaking silly goober, who, you know, is just wants to have fun and likes taking photos and stuff. And Da Heng, the most serious of the trio, which is not a high bar at all, right? A little more serious than the others, and you know, it's a bit more calm, but can sometimes still be a little bit silly. But also I find it really funny how Evernight failed Da Heng's test by it being too by having too good of a memory. That's really funny. Yeah. But you know, I am very excited to see how it plays out next, because okay, I feel like, right, at this stage, you know, with the Lygus, you know, let's collect our stuff. Let's collect our stuff. But at this point, I feel like the biggest quote-unquote threat of Lygus has passed. I feel like surely we already had a Lygus boss fight, right? We already had a Lygus boss fight, and now he's locked away by the geniuses. Like, of course, right? Like, our team always bring him back because now the geniuses are dealing with whatever Evernight and the Garden Recollection is up to. So, you know, they gotta deal with that. But, I mean, actually, now I was thinking about it, right? Yeah, sure, the Garden of Recollection can be shady at times, but, like, surely, like, March still helped us with containing Lygus. Now, of course, right, containing destruction is within the Remembrance' interest, right? Not much to record if everything gets destroyed. But still, I still think that, like, I don't know, she still helped us, right? By giving us the core flame and all. So, like, I don't know, she still seems relatively on our side, at least. And I feel like, again, the Remembrance isn't as big of a threat to everyone as the Destruction is, because, again, Iron Tomb is still here, right? The admin isn't locked away, but, like, you know, it's not like Iron Tomb as a problem has just gone away. No, obviously not. It's just that now it's a lot more manageable, it's a lot less of an emergency, and the geniuses can, like, now take a crack at how to deal with this. And if, honestly, again, if Lygus really acts up again, like, Herta, just do it. Just call up Pokakakamon. Just do it, please. I would love to see how Lygus responds to that. I would love to see it. But, honestly, surely, yeah, I feel like 3.6 won't be as Lygus focused, because now, you know, he's locked away, and maybe he will have, like, come back in 3.7 or something, but my prediction for next patch is that it's going to be a very Remembrance-focused patch. Especially with Evernight and all. Evernight, March, whatever. Yeah. Let me think. What are some of the thoughts? Okay, so, but yeah, no, I'm very happy that the geniuses actually get their freaking plot relevance. After 5 whole patches of aura farming, Herta and Screwlum actually did something other than just providing info. Let's go. They actually did stuff. Yeah. We are so back erudition bros. Yeah, no, it's very nice to see that, you know, the geniuses I decided time to actually do some action, and, you know, the plans with Cyrene's help seem to have worked pretty well. I gotta hand it to them. Yeah, they're not just for show. Well, is Screwlum a member of the Genius Society? I actually can't remember. I think he is. Could be wrong. I know he's actually supposed to lead the planet Screwlum, which begs the question of what the hell, like, Broski's just been away from planet Screwlum for so long, like, but I guess this is an emergency. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure Skrullum is actually, you know, like actual like leader of a planet. Right? He took over he took charge of planet Skrullum after Rupert II's fall. So I don't know. But point is, yeah. We'll be very excited to see what happens next patch and how Dan Heng becomes freaking Dan Heng PR or whatever it is. Freaking, we had Dan Heng IL and now we have Dan Heng PR. Dan Heng's just collecting the freaking abbreviations at this point. Yeah, we'll see what leads to that. I mean, definitely something to do with the permanence and which corresponds to the past of Earth, right? Here in Forius. Yeah, no, very, very exciting. That's with all the big, like, plot directions with this patch. Next up is in regards to, let me think, what are the topics? I mean, yeah, let me just let Hyzilan's hunt here for a bit. Another thing is, yeah, I did not expect this patch, the story direction of this patch to go the way it did. Right? Like, because it was obvious that, right, we were going to be brought back to the beginning of the Flame Chase journey. Right? That part, the beginning is obvious. Otherwise, how are we supposed to meet Cerebra Hyzilans? But I thought we were just going to start from there. And then just, you know, stay there until... And then we do something in cycle 33,550,337, right? We get everything done. I mean, technically we kinda did, but like, I thought that was just gonna be the rest of the arc, right? It's gonna take place vaguely within the confines of that cycle. Yeah, so that hasn't happened, obviously. Like, I thought we were gonna just stay in the era of the light calendar 3900s, right? Back in those era. And this is gonna be like a nice story, but it's gonna be mainly build up for 3.6. Well, actually, no, not that it will be build up to 3.6, but like, because there's Lygus fight in it, but it'll be a build up, and then Lygus will show up, try to screw stuff up, and then eventually we fight him in a big battle, and then Lygus retreats, and then we have to prepare for our next encounter with him, right? Like that's the sort of stuff I expect. This is a bit more than that. I did not expect, first of all, for them to just for them to do a 1,000-year time skip in the middle of the quest, right? Like freaking have Lygus locks away for 1,000 years, and then come back to find, you know, everyone's already dead except for Hyzilans and Lygus, I suppose, but like Lygus doesn't count. And yeah, no, I just didn't expect. I just didn't expect that to happen, right? To that we'll be brought right to the end of the cycle, and we're gonna learn what happened. You know, everyone, you know, all the characters we met heroically, you know, freaking. Helping us, which is, and even though, you know, they only, in their perspective of their timeline, I showed up for like a couple days, like 2-3 days maximum, and then just disappeared for 1,000 years, and by the time we come back again, everyone other than the Hyzilans is dead. Right? From the sounds of the timeline, it sounds like everyone died basically in the first 500 years. Right, like 300 to 500 years is when basically everyone died, and then Hyzilans was just, you know, alone for a solid 500 years. Yeah, that's that's a twist I did not expect at all. And yeah, we fight Lygus at the end of the cycle, and because the genius has found a way to temporarily slow down the way, the workings of Amphorius, the freaking Delta Me 13 or 19 or whatever it is. that we can now actually do a proper Era Nova. You know, which hasn't happened, again, reminder, for 33,550,336 cycles, because the actual Era Nova at that point would just trigger in the release of Iron Tomb, and the conclusion of the Amphorian's experiment. We can actually do an Era Nova, you know, officially bring, well, technically the tonal recurrence already ended at the end of the last cycle, but actually bring, like, that cycle, that the cycle that is supposed to end 33 million times ago, that keeps recycling, and the cycle that's recycling. Which also means that, given the way we do it, like, it actually works as intended, more or less. Or is everyone gonna become the new Titans now? Actually, finally. Right, like after last patch, I just didn't have the expectation that anyone would ever become, like, you know, Titans. Because, you know, that's... the idea was that the new cycle cannot ever happen. So, is that going to revive, like, my, like, 3.0 to 3.33 era expectation that everyone's going to be revived as Titans? And that we will now be able to use fucking Titan, like, powers to deal with stuff? I don't know. Is that copium? Because, again, this is an actual Era Nova, right? Like, we are doing an actual Era Nova, as far as I'm concerned. It's just that, you know, the core friendly war bearing has been imbued with a lot of memory. I don't know. That'd be exciting. Yeah, the fact that this is a full-on Era Nova hadn't occurred to me for 24 hours at this point. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, Fairy Tree Hollow Dive. This is the event, right? Surely this is the event. Yeah, that has to be the event. Which I'll do in a different stream. Alright. Well, that screws with my head a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll see everyone as Titans. Please, how you'll make that happen. I'll be so happy. Amphorius needs a somewhat happy ending, alright? It just absolutely needs a somewhat happy ending here. Right, like all's well that ends well, right? Like the process is grueling, but please, man, just bring everyone back. I don't know. I don't know whether Final will be back at all since Final's just been completely deleted, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like half coping, half actually believing. All right, just for the record, we'll see. So that's a long list of predictions I made, right? Remembrance being the main thing in Super 6, and Lycus taking kind of, you know, kind of being out of the picture. Maybe New Era Nova with all the characters revived. Yeah, hopefully the Herda and Screwlum keeps playing an important role in the story. That's another thing I wish to see. This is not a prediction, this is just a personal wish, right? Yeah. I don't know. And now with the actual, story of it, I was not expecting that we're just gonna be a time skip and see, in cycles 33,550,337, the fate of everyone in that 1,000 years that we were gone. And man, that hit me pretty hard emotionally. Good story, good quest. Keeping the Amphorian tradition of Amphorian, I think it's Amphorian tradition of banger quest after banger quest, right? It's just been cinema after cinema after cinema. Yeah, alright. Well, now I think we need to get ready for all the post-quest stuff, so... As I've written... /Exomyth. Etc. Alright. So yeah, Arrowent, let's, I don't know, I really like that. Hyzion's story is nice, I suppose. Again, the transition to Hyzion's backstory was a little bit abrupt, but in hindsight, it was important, because without it, the impact of Hyzion's waiting 1,000 years for you, the deliverer, to arrive just simply isn't the same. So I understand when they did it, and I respect it, but it definitely at the time felt a little bit abrupt. But you know, but it allowed for the next emotional build-up of, you know, Hyzion's, you know, entering the room with Hyzion's singing, right, walking on what I assume to be the spines of Netherwings, you know, Casterus, which is still a little gruesome if I think about it that way. Yeah. That was another nice moment too, and of course the fight was Lygus, and finally, again, Herta finally threatened to freaking call Pokakakamon. Oh, that would have been so good. And again, Lygus, while he didn't really show that he was particularly afraid. First of all, I know he's afraid because he set up a whole system to prevent Pokakakamon from finding this place, and Herta didn't just finally threaten to murk Lygus, but threatened to have Pokakamon go after all versions of Xandar, right? The other 8 versions as well. Which, and also, yeah, the concept of, yeah, them being a counselor of their edition is kind of true, right? Born of their edition, but you know, that's asking to destroy our edition. Pretty apt description. Another W Herta moment. Yeah. You know what, Herta has this wonderful quality of, like, she'll act smug and everything, and to act like, you know, she's a know-all, and she is a know-all, but, you know, but when push comes to shove, right, when she realizes, oh, this thing either can't be done by herself, or would be easier done, like, or it would be more difficult, like, would be done with more difficulty if she does it herself, she will just call to who she thinks will help her, right? Call Skrullum, get a 2v1, get Cyrene's help as well, and like, and oh yeah, if push really comes to shove, you know, I could just always call Pokakakamon, right? It's yeah, no, I respect that immensely. I mean, yeah, that's you know, being a genius doesn't mean being too arrogant to freaking call for help when needed, and I find that to be based. Yeah, she's finally done it. Yeah, I keep asking for it because I always felt like it was very much in character for her to do that, and I'm very glad I've been proven right. Anyways, and also I just really want to watch Lygus get freaking scalpeled at this point, right? Don't blame me for wishing to see that guy getting absolutely freaking Ruperted. And also it'd be cool to see what freaking Kakamon actually looks like, because she always makes sure that her face is censored for a reason. Alright. Well, let me just rename my Twitch stream to also match the fact that we're now after the quest. Okay, I am struggling to spell written. There we go. /Exomyth. Alright, Twitch should have a new stream time now? Yeah, post-quest stuff. Cool. Alright. Okay, let's keep going. First of all, let's reflect. Yeah, collect your thoughts. You stare out at the dazzling light in the distance, your thoughts tangled and restless after everything you've been through. This place just can't calm your mind anymore. Fair enough, I suppose. Maybe it's time to clear your head somewhere else, like a quiet village beyond this world. Okay, fine, you want me to go to Iadis Elysiae? Fine. Fine, whatever. Where can I clear my thoughts? By the lake? By the ocean, I guess? Alright. We go back to Iadis Elysiae.
偶尔在港湾停泊的时光，就像泡沫般令人怀念。
Oh my god. Barcelos? Oh, you didn't run away. Did I spook ya? I was supposed to make a debut here and give you a real scare, but you already bumped into me somewhere else. Yes, I did. Still can't let the setup go to waste. Let's see, how about a consolation prize? I'll whisper to you a world-shaking secret. Sound good? It better be actually world-shaking. Nah, what I got is a real deal. Crossworld certified. Life is a game of mystery chess. Anything can be hidden, and anything can be revealed. Anything can be manipulated, and anything can be turned into data. Can you tell the implication of this metaphor I'm referring to right now? I mean, it tells me that you know how Avorius actually works, which is fascinating. Look out! Okay, where am I actually supposed to reflect? Hoyo. Oh, there we go. Collector thoughts. Romp here. You stand at the dock, watching a lone sail away on the distant horizon, the waves shimmering under the soft frozen flow of time. It's time to depart, to do what heroes must. After all these stories, your heart no longer wavers. Before you, whether this be a twilight or dawn, you take the first step. Oh, is that it? You're not gonna give me some special stuff about what happened this patch? Alright, fine. Be this way. That's on the swing, right? Okay, so talking to her on the swing will start the quest. Okay. Well, let's just chill here then, and go through as I've written. This should probably take me roughly an hour or two. As I've written, Exomyth. After witnessing Amphorius' adventure, insert the one nameless recollection you obtained. Sure, load that. Alright. Chess Master Monarch. Ooh, we get 3 chapters. Holy. Okay. Chess Master Monarch, Cerebra. Passlet, 4. Time flows, dynasties rise and fall, and people cry out for a ruler, desperate for guidance. To the sovereign, their subjects are pawns. Even heaven and earth are just weights on a scale. If the death of a sovereign can bring victory, then no price is too steep and everything is just a chess piece. On the battlefield against the gods, victory always justice.
那时，黄金战争的浪潮尚未席卷这座塔兰顿的城邦。城中志玲的王女也曾喜好悠游，趁侍从不备，她溜入宫廷禁闭，却为眼前景象愕然许久。一副棋盘，一位怪人，一叠棋子。棋盘由日光与阴影划分黑白，棋子竟是粗砺石子打磨就。
来一盘。若棋符
so this is the chess master that was referred to at the end of the quest there.
怪人声音嘶哑：“若你能打败我，便敬你一句无师。”王女骄傲回敬。虽放下豪言，实则王女从未摸过棋盘，失利令她认真拜起诗来。先是车、马、王、象，再是牵制、堵截、抽将、捉双。应习的我已习得。志气初退的年纪，王女昂首步入议场。轻视者节节败退，自矜者垂手合盘。
Damn.
风头之盛，竟无一人能敌。
Goes Magnus Carlsen.
而他记得怪人所言，
我出身不详，切莫向外宣称师者的有耐。
哦。
而后，黄金战争的浪潮席卷大地，奥赫马人迎来一位君王，尊名凯撒者，喜好自己与自己下棋。被他视为棋子的，无论泰坦巨擘。
You know, she should play a game against Dr. Ratio. Just reminded myself that he also plays
他
chess.
常想起童年的怪人，仿佛自出生便幽居方寸内。和自己下棋，岂非太过孤独？彼时王女不解，而今日，为君者终于明白，烛火侍起，便如烈火烹油。一路摇旗呐喊声中，他才有机会面壁深思。
Fair enough.
王的身后常有好事的弄臣，打听浮尘下的旧邦往事。一说凯撒酷刑立法，曾将恩师送上审判台；一说凯撒徇私，曾将敌邦人质认作王师。凡此种种，语言不详。
Probably from Barrett's Leo, if I
那的
be
确
honest.
是我亲自宣读的判决。凯撒坦然道出，巫师是遭我父兄幽禁的敌邦人质，他的故国背叛盟约，依律法当诛。可他受我其意，墓碑上刻录巫师之称，又有何妨？
Fair enough.
其实王女亲自收敛遗物，却在地上见到一盘残局。怪人的哑声微笑，仿佛回荡耳边，笑生来幽居的命运，亦笑与他棋艺匹敌的是敌邦王女。巫师，这是留给我的最后一局吗？残局的走向，王女无数次推演，直到登临君位，梦中仍常常黑白交错，清雅吞吃。而那晦暗的道理，于日后更艰难的博弈时分，灵光乍现。一盘未完之局，未尝不是对手终生的障壁。
Huh. There we go. That was a nice story about her and her
凯撒
teacher.
的军队出入北域之邦，行过战火烧焦的城门。
又一位剑主！
愤怒的孩童高呼。自高处投下的石子砸中了少女的王冠，人群惊叫后退，惧怕君王的怒火殃及。少女伸手，不为扶正额上王冠，反倒扶起瑟缩的孩童。听闻此地旧律，袭击代官者当处消息。
Sarita's actions either complete W's or complete L's. Nothing in between. Holy.
数日后，金枝讶异发觉，侧帽偏官竟成此邦时尚，恐将随凯撒的王名一同流放。
Oh, and that's why Sarita wears
所
the
谓
crown
一
on
场
the
惊险的
like
英雄，
on the side of her
个
head.
个都有争抢火种的资质。
Told a bit.
难道这不是神的谋划？令英雄自相残害，好躲在旧律的窠臼里嬉笑冷眼。谁将世界化作棋盘，以一道泾渭分明的河流，划定神与人的边界？剑旗诀、迎风诀、夜时诀、断风诀、东陵诀。
Huh.
诸君听令。
Hygienus Virginia,
少女执杖立于清君
Apollonius.
之前。今日我偏要渡过卢比孔。
Freaking Lubianus, whatever his name is, and Seneca.
弑神之举。
See, I remember.
半数火种尽在他手，隐匿的诡计泰坦按捺不住，放下厥词。
Damn, this is what freaking Barcelona sounded like at his
凯撒召集
prime.
诸位英雄商讨，
沉吟间最终作罢，既已锚定大地之兽的奸计，且让那飞贼侥幸多活几个成婚。
Fair enough。
断风的战士朗声大笑。
吴王擅长阳谋，对付诡计确实犯难，可怎的不见一尾游鱼？
凯撒笑道：“
他嘛，怕是不喜欢猫的味道，独自潜入浴池了吧
Damn. Poor Hygelens.
与众绝并肩的岁月似乎没有过去太远。英雄们在一场场战争落幕后才发现，凯撒的身影日渐疏离人群。
Yeah, we saw that in the
王道
quest.
是一场孤独的征伐，
Less and less
终有
silhouettes.
一日，我们只能望见他的背影。奏浪的剑士也心事重重。待到酣醉后，众人离席，二人透过彼此的眼睛，望向比各自命运更深的涡流，良久沉默。
陪我啜饮一杯吧，爱臣。
终是凯撒率先打破沉默。
比起血与盐的味道，我偶尔也留恋你的泌尿。
关于即将诞生的毁灭和永恒进行的演算，安提基瑟拉人将一切娓娓道来。
Yep,
原
like
来
us.
这就是我要反抗的旧世界。
少女的容色中不见丝毫悲戚，反倒比任何时刻都更肃穆昂然。谁说棋盘上王不能见王？
I mean,
我是奥赫玛的君王，我曾直面诸神，又何惧诸神之后高悬的律法？
you know what the funniest thing is? So in like, yeah, chess, right? Yeah, that's very much against the rules, right? Kings cannot be within capturing distance of each other. That's just because you can't walk into a checkmate. So yeah, it's funny that like, to use that metaphor. And you know what's even funnier? In Chinese chess, there is a specific rule that's like, the kings cannot be face to face. In Chinese chess, it is an illegal move to place your king in a way where there are no impeding pieces between your king, and the enemy king on the other side of the board. That's an illegal move. The kings cannot see each other face to face. So I find that to be
将
interesting.
旧律斩碎，作为新律的柴薪。
不计代价，这是凯撒一生的信条，自始至终从未更改。
Alright. There's our third little star. Alright, fourth one. Next act.
我梦见凯撒的雕像
Oh,
矗立
that's
在
an
复数祭
Zagreus,
坛前，
I think.
与神的视线齐平。雕像的七窍喷出血液，人们
That
欢
sounds
呼
like
着
an
用
Zagreus,
金
at
血
least.
洗手。独裁者的一生将以暴亡作结，无人为他流泪。世人都为推倒他的雕像拍掌欢呼。
I mean, true, that is what happened. I don't know, maybe that wasn't an Exagorus. Okay, that's not an Exagorus. Just
迎来死亡。
someone.
被凯撒褫夺封号者，一位怨毒的贵族，如是
Just
说。
someone that sounds like an Exa.
我们不能认同您的建议。
Okay, that's Tribios.
您禁锢提里西庇俄斯的分身，要求神权退化为王权的喉舌。
Right.
我们会将神谕昭示的您的未来如实相告。
That you cannot conquer the stars.
您的征伐却是一片光明坦途，同时我们望见您的死兆，王于不见光的漆黑。
Yup.
抱歉，即便如此，我们的目光禁不住被您王冠上的烈焰吸引。命运诀这个称呼，我们倒是不讨
This
厌。
Fatorum.
以雅努萨波利斯的祭司
Duke of Fate.
圣女颁赐神谕者之名，凯撒的命运诀如是说。
容我提醒，您的生命 已随着律法的陨落进入倒计时。您将身作律法。我需要确认，我们的交易仍在继续，对吗？我为你许诺的未来，可比神谕中的未来使人满意。
Shut up, Xandar. Shut up, Ligus.
你一如既往的果断，这真是太好了。神的囚笼翁法罗斯，与所有乏善可陈的世界，都需要一位魄力的君王。让我们一同终结这可厌的演算吧。
Yeah, that's those are Ligus'
翁法罗
hands.
斯审理观众，与凯撒合谋者
Oh, co-conspirator.
戈斯如是说。凯撒背叛了烛火的同盟，我是为他的伟业铺路的罪人，一如深海游鱼，无法摆脱洋流
Yeah,
的影
that's
响。
Hyzilon's narrating, all
我
right.
馈赠他一个与暴君相称的结局。他濒死的微笑，
啊，
望向我含泪的双眼，令我洗去一切罪行、污垢，还给圣城一片耀目的黎明，令我在深海无光之地立下碑刻为同伴留念。
Ah, so
可是
she
若
told her
有
to
谁
set
来
up
纪
the
念他的伟绩，
the
我
monuments.
将在孤独之歌中伴他长眠。海洋的莫斯，孤身奏浪的海列屈拉如是说。
Man. So yeah, that's why in her, you know, in the flashback doing her and Ligus at Styxia, right? She still routinely pay respects at Ceredra's tomb. Huh. That's sweet,
请你
I
如实记
suppose.
录我的一生吧，著者。不必尽用溢美与庄严之词，
Oh yep, there is
如同
not.
我曾嘱托迎风诀的那样。帝王史传绝不为
Oh
记
yeah,
录功
that's
绩，
Apollonius.
而为
No?
召见来人。凯撒
Or is
因
it
何
no?
而
No,
死
that's Virginia.
身前身后会遭受
Virginia.
何等非议，一起由未来的新世界评说。如今，我亲自步入罪己的末路，让圣城遍地滚烫的金色烙印我的名字。因我笃定，我已圣神半子，残局便交由后继者铺成。
Oh, I like how
圣城唯一的凯撒克律德拉如是说。
I like how they called back to the end of the second act with the chess game left unfinished by her teacher. Oh, I like that flashback. Well, I like that callback. Good. W. Alright, Evernight. This is clearly Evernight. The mysterious Rosy Celestial Maiden. Yep.
朋友，你听说过粉霞天女吗？
Is that how we're starting it?
在
Really?
书铺的角落，或在岩洞的深处，你总能找到关于她的传说。她有着粉霞般的头发和能融化坚冰的笑靥。有人说，她是尼卡多利的宿敌。有人说，莫涅塔
I mean, we ain't
也为
seeking
她
that
着
smile
迷。
that could thaw the glacial ice right now.
哦，神秘又美丽的天女啊，我好想化作一块石板，将你的故事永远铭记。许多人都自称见过那位天女，或在清晨初醒的迷梦中，
Huh.
或从茶余饭后的碎语里。
他曾在我耳畔低语，
他曾拯救我的性命。
他送过我一颗冰晶。
崇拜者们细数他的行径，有些甚至被写入了家训。好事的诗人详尽探寻，却发现相遇时的种种细节，就连亲历者
Don't tell me that this is all set up for, like, from patches ago, for the reveal of Evernight. I mean, it definitely is, but like, come on, man, really?
不知从何时起，天女总被和岁月一同提及。
Huh? You don't say.
人们在祈祷时念诵她的名，以求神迹 能尽快显灵。据说，就连岁月祭司的选拔，也会偏爱粉发的少女。
又落选了，看来得去染个头才行。
褐发的选手愤愤不平，考官却笑着回应：“
别忘了那位奇光的医师，他虽有着一头粉发，可却是天空的后裔。”
Oh, yeah, right. Hyacinthia.
关于粉霞天女的来历，学者与诗人议论纷纭，母亲口中的版本却大同小异。那位公主来自天外，流星如冰晶，穿透了永夜之夜的迷雾。她与泰坦结下友谊，每当长夜月降临，二人都会相聚。
Curious.
孩子们喜欢这个故事，于是，随着月相更替，故事变成了真理。但总有人不解风情地提出质疑：
天外之界并不存在，粉霞天女又怎会从天外而来？
Well, can we consider that you're wrong?
粉霞天女，天外之界。
鲁莽的探险家拿出留影时机，声称那是粉霞天女的真迹。公民们笑谈此事，却并无几人当真。毕竟，早在天外来客抵达之前，粉霞天女的传说就已遍布大地。
Now there's a twist. Okay.
你真的听说过粉霞天女吗？
Okay, that twist is good. I'll give you that one. That twist is good. That, you know what? I like that twist, because we already had the rosy celestial maiden back in freaking. Oh, it's 3.0 at this point, right? And everyone threw such a fuss over it, and it seemed really funny. Like, oh, how could anyone be so fussed about it? And then now, 5 patches down the line, when we now have final idea of March's, history. Yeah, there you go. That's because the rumor's been there for a long time, and it's been always brushed aside because there's no evidence of a world beyond. And now that there is, yeah. Alright, Terravox. Earth's Mending Dragon. I probably should have read the text, actually. Hold up, give me a moment. Excuse me for a moment. Let's read the text. Evernight. There we go. It's shown itself. Evernight. Let's go. Last time this was blanked out, no? Pretty sure. 2 moons hang on the veil of Evernight's scroll. Their lights intertwine and shimmer in and out of sight, like the whirlwinds of a dance. It is said that peals of laughter from the sky dome could be heard at the beginning of a moon cycle, dispelling the solitude of the Evernight. Were those of the mumblings of time, or the voice of someone you once knew? Okay, honestly, at this point, we've seen Evernight / March. Just put her in here, all right? We can fries in the bag, right? Put them in there. Alright, now let's take a look at Terravox's description first. Seismic walking dragon, Terravox. Deep within the earth lies a whisper from ages past, where ancient eyes gaze through the river of time. As a giant dragon's back becomes riddled with cries of sorrow, the will of countless souls to survive condensed into one final reverse scale. Defiance of fate is the final crown of the guardian. Earth's Mending Dragon. Okay, that's supposed to be Gioros.
在茫茫大地跋涉的岁月，巨龙始终谨记泰坦的叮嘱。大地的兽群将它拱卫。
Is this perhaps in some way related to the preservation as well? And the Danheng PR is preservation.
他们在巨龙身畔飞奔，
Curious.
眨眼间又消失在各地。可巨龙深邃的眼眸却泛起愁虑，亘古的他比泰坦更早看见。 隐匿在深海中的胸
Terravox
巢。
saw before the Titans the coming of the Black Tide.
巨龙记得，在纷争降世的刹那，满意之杯陡然轻叹，毒神的胸巢自海底轻展，忍受着叠啮骨肉的痛楚，吉奥里亚绷紧了神躯，再听不清造物的呼喊。
Damn.
巨龙曾在泰坦胸脯宣誓效忠，而今他沉默地转身远行，离开隔世的高原与山脉，走入那喧哗的万邦。时隔千年，巨龙恍然发觉，那些克法勒的渺小造物，已让文明扎根于岁月。
怎会有如此庞然的大地兽？
那是大地兽吗？那是行走的摇钱树啊！
好奇的居民惊叹于它的形貌，贪婪的掮客称量起它的价值，而巨龙只是泰然自若的举步，既不伤及分毫建筑，也不搭理任何人物。他聆听着生灵的语言，身躯隐没在战火与烽烟。数年之后，艾格勒闭上眼目，而巨龙的脚步终于受阻。一柄破浪的剑旗拦住去路，一位执旗的统帅仰头问询。
Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds like Hydulus. Okay, that's the reason. That's all.
统帅邀巨龙共烈神火，巨龙颔首，却并未看着统帅，也只字不提自己的由来。他亘古的视线已经透过了烛火的终点。
吉奥里亚
That's the permanence for you.
因苦痛而昏聩的泰坦长叹着和睦。刹那间，山脉震颤，陆地崩解。黑潮的歌声曾被泰坦填补，如今再度将大地撕裂。地车的灾厄，该由谁来背负？巨龙应声沉入大地，那是吉奥里亚的胸膛，他出生的地方。翁法罗斯从此有神话流传，一匹巨龙将裂土彻夜拼合。
Now the title of the thing makes sense. Earth's Mending Dragon, right? That's the title of the act, I think. Yep, there it is. Alright, oh, I should always be clicking on the return to table contents. I just remember that button exists. Now, Hydulans. Again, 3 more chapters. Wave Strumming Night, Halectra. Though fish swims and meanders on the pitch-black bottom of the abyss, seeking light in the gloomy seas. The waves of agony, the tides of lies, and the torrents of destiny all batter and wash against her empty soul. She's a cold sword banner that once danced for a person's burning ambition, only to shatter into pieces, leaving behind only echoing music that sings for none.
初入烛火的杨流，剑士眼中是鱼群缤纷。凯撒凶险的奇招，他早有见识；巨兽沉闷的面容，他也习以为常。迎风的娇婉，夜时的温厚，令他如沐春风。
Right.
断风挂念君王，东陵喜欢切磋，有时也叫他不知所措。
Yeah, it not only mentions the Ceredra and Terravox, right? It also mentions all the NPCs from the quest that were present throughout, right? We had Virginia and Apollonios. We have had Labianos, I think, and some Seneca. That's nice. I like how they're calling back to all this.
剑士会重现彷徨， 哪怕是命运的信使，也难讨他欢笑。直到一
Oh,
日，
Trivius.
他那仄暗的水域飘来一尾金樽的泡泡。
Oh.
那是长着金色无花果的圣城，命运的信使领来一位华裔的少女。
Aglaia. Oh, we're getting Hyzulus' backstory with Aglaia.
你穿的什么奇装异服？
少女捂嘴偷笑，信使揪了揪少女的衣角。
阿雅，不可以没礼貌。
啊，
娇蛮的鱼儿，可知嘴角还挂着甜字。信使睁大眼睛。
阿雅，你又瞒着我偷吃。
竟敢告状，死虫！哼，后会有期。
少女踢踏着。
That is it's so weird, but also very nice to
剑士
see
抿嘴轻笑。
wholesome Aglaia like
不知
this.
何时，
Oh, I never knew how much I needed to
已然
see.
消弭。
I never knew how much I needed to see wholesome Aglaia.
自出使以后，华裔的少女便常来叨扰。
你果真自冥海濯足而来？海洋子民，衣服都这么奇怪？
剑士不加驱赶，但也默不作声。少女便兀自动手，细细度量她的躯干。
这叫人怎看得过眼？我择日给你送件新衣。
数日后的宴会，剑士盛装出席，众人惊叹她的华美，唯有凯撒啧啧称奇。
真难得呀，你这孤独的剑骑。
Ah.
剑士的衣柜愈发
So you're just happy that Hyzulus made a
人们
friend.
称道奥克玛
That's
的金枝
adorable.
活泼开朗，手艺超群。可只有剑士发觉，少女脸上的笑靥随着烛火的进展逐渐凋谢。地彻之灾平添了少女心头的疲惫，树庭之意夺走了少女双眸的明媚。
Ah.
又是一场宴会，金枝再度缺席。剑士穿上最美的华服，轻轻叩响紧闭的门扉。剑旗绝的歌声奏响了宴会的序曲，人声喧哗，杯盏作响，唯有金枝无心享用蜜酿。
Man.
想不到，我竟沦落至你来安慰。
他在篝火旁苦笑。
刚见你时，你沉闷的就像深海的底礁。
剑士攥着一只窄杯，杯中青汁微漾，映出二人面庞。我记得，你曾好奇海底的故事，便让我用歌谣为你展示那无人知晓的过往。
Huh. Nice. All right. Act 3.
在那冥海的深处，有一个魅影翩跹的国度。
I like how it connects.
城邦的居民都有曼妙的歌喉，乐声缭绕着每一束洋流。
I like how Act 3 describes some of the stories from the Sea of Souls. So it sounds like now this is Hyzulus retelling the story to Aglaia.
只有
That's
女
nice.
王深爱着她的子民，淹没了所有烦恼，只留欢宴与玄武。唯有一座碉堡阴雅无声，她属于海洋的公主，公主名为海列屈拉。
Oh.
倘有
So
深海巨兽来袭，公主便会举剑迎敌。人们总是提前奏响凯歌，只因她剑技高超，未有败绩。
So the story that we're told about Styxius' past during 3.2 was Castor's quest was about Hyzulus. I don't remember was that mentioned in the quest or not, but I am only making that connection now. Holy.
公主，来与我们共享盛宴吧。
庆功的人们向她举杯致意，她却微笑着摆手拒绝。海的子民笑她羞涩，却无人知晓，在夜深时分，碉堡中 也会响起旋律，只是那旋律嘈杂曲扭，惹耳生厌。一曲未毕，公主便紧咬双唇，海水抿去她的2行清泪。
您的子民个个能歌善舞，怎唯独我没有一副好歌喉？
公主在女王的膝间服气，海洋的宠儿能掀波逐浪，战无不胜。作为交换，是塔兰顿收走了你的歌声。女王抚着公主的发髻宽慰，却最终心软，取来一只窄杯。若你实在烦恼，就饮下这祝永之尊中的蜜酿，然后安心投身到宴会中吧。杯中静谧无澜，只映出她的形影孤立。
公主，来与我们一同欢唱吧！
窗下人们照例盛情邀请。她终于不再犹疑，将樽中蜜酿一饮而尽，翻身跃入人群，奏乐、吟唱，一阙一乐，一笑一颦。一曲唱毕，人们如梦初醒，争着举杯相敬。但蜜酿刚一接触唇角，公主便栽倒在地，双颊泛起红润的熏意。耳畔萦绕着海洋的低语。
I guess it's fair, right? Trade-offs.
一次又一次醉倒在宴会的序曲。
看起来，你至今未能摆脱这个诅咒。
金枝将他手中之杯轻夺。
若想尽兴
，Oh yeah. Remember I mentioned how at the beginning I'm very happy that like the start of Act 3 connects to the end of Act 2 as if Hyzelis is actually telling a story to Aglaia. Yeah, it goes back. I really like this detail. I like how this is written.
将杯沿倾向金枝的嘴角。
纵然身负缺憾，也请你记得，不要拒绝那浸满幻梦的一口。
Nice. Ooh, that background. Oh, I like that background. That background's fancy. Alright.
时隔多年重返故里，海洋的公主持剑孤立，夺过同伴的血色氤氲。在她的面前，海妖的造物主、欢宴的母神已陷入濒死的迷醉。律法的血气迎来海洋的火种，海妖也再度失去曼妙的歌喉。
我愿领受最后的君命，可惜我们的欢宴终是一番神迹。
深海是个静默的居所，海列屈拉全息自锁。可怖的凶兽自他身侧游过，却无一胆敢打扰他的悲梦。直到一日，他那侧岸的水域飘来一尾金樽的泡泡。
许久不见，剑气，海色印。
Oh, this is one of the Aglaïa's letters.
你果真是深海的底礁了。
旧人再度相见，新友也来相逢。许多的信使结伴而来。
Oh, I know. Oh, they personally came to visit her.
猫藏在金樽身后。死鹰的狐狸
Cipher.
天仙行影。
Castrus. Oh, that's nice.
如果你不介意，
晶莹的珍珠一闪一烁。
我们希望你能振作，为世界再度奏唱。
This is so wholesome.
海列屈拉犹疑着举起琴剑，那琴弦早已锈蚀崩裂。 可几束金色的丝缕，将他周遭的污浊涤荡沥青，又舒展。
I really like how wholesome this is. I need some wholesomeness after the quest.
看见他爱的世界尚未阴雅，旧世的旅途仍在继续。可通向星海的道路，并非一曲无忧的宴乐。
Okay, you're gonna throw a wrench at it.
金尊再未与他相遇。
Yep.
海浪捎来无尽的悲讯。漫长的守候之间，他仍为律令所困，直到此世陷入永恒的静默。
Yep.
所有火光都已熄灭。
The end of the world.
深海中相对无言的敌人，是这场审理的观众。
你已知晓，世界只是梦。
Fuck off, I guess. That's the fourth, fifth, sixth time I said it while doing this quest, or like the stuff from this quest. I don't know.
既然贪欢甚景，只能做浮沫消弭。待你回游，能否为我留存一捧浪花？这是一座欢宴的都市，空中回荡着永不消弭的歌声。黄金翼、半神、凡人，都从四面八方赶来赴宴。它美好、辉煌，在宴乐中奏响海妖的戏剧。海妖曾奢望宴会永不终结，却见证了曲终人散。身为鱼儿，生来只能随波逐流，无论是随恶浪翻涌，亦或投身星海的洋流。直到千年过后，天外的游鱼终于入席。小灰鱼儿，我喜欢宴会，你呢？
Man, this is turned into a very bittersweet end, but I still love how wholesome this all was. I really needed after doing the quest. Freaking, the entire Trophy squad needs therapy afterwards. I swear. We better get like something in like when we were pen encoding in 3.8, right? We better get our therapy in the freaking sessions in. All right, Hoyo, get on it. All right. So that's all the. That's the end of the voice acted part. I have to read Delta B13 myself, I'm pretty sure, just like last time. So let me prep some water. Remember for everyone to hydrate. I already have the water next to me. Alright, and be hearing my wonderful voice for the next 30-40 minutes or so. So, yeah. Alright, let's see. What's in here this time? Basic info. Didn't we already read this? But you're not sure. Let's take a look. Scepter Delta Me 13. Scepter Delta Me 13, an astral computer. The simulated world Amphorius runs on this device in continuous cycles. Unlike other scepters, it is the earliest prototype and once served as a celestial body neuron for Noose, the erudition, later discarded. Glimpsed by the destruction during its endless computation, it transcended and became a Lord Ravager. Okay, so there's some extra stuff in here now that we have extra information. It makes sense. So, yeah. Earliest prototype, right? Basically, it doesn't embody part of Noose. Lygus. Assuming mantle of Sioros, his real name is Xandar I Kuwabara. Administrator and prime mover of the Amphorius experiment. Walks the path of erudition, yet seeks to forge destruction. Historical data detected. Syncing. Sync complete. Society ID recognized. Center system access granted. Welcome. And Teleki. Damn. Alright, let's see what else is new. So yeah, all of this is the same. Aeronova, alright, underlying framework. Ultimate protocol. Delta Me 13's autonomous protocol, whereby experiment processes, administrative commands, and external access are all restricted. To increase iteration rate, factors have been granted permissions from the internal embedded protocol. The decision logic for specific electric signals will be converted into protocol content to assist the scepter in optimizing the experiment structure. Annotation: in the 19,522,113th cycle, excuse me. To achieve dominance, Namuster 320 used a protocol to eliminate other factors from extrapolation. This behavior aligns with the tendency of destruction and should be marked as the default value for embedded behavior, to be applied in subsequent cycles. Alright. Eternal recurrence. Alright, so there's new stuff in every single one of these. Let's get to it. Okay, yeah, 99%. Oh, I see a new section here. I see a new section beyond the eternal recurrence, which makes sense. We are now past it. Okay, Night Ghost 496. Alright. Track Worldbearer. Prima Mobile Hatred. Note, intracognition is null. Responds only to destructive stimuli. Its hatred drew the gaze of Nanook upon its individual being, proving it as having already become the most perfect factor of destruction. However, it refused to complete the Air Nova. Through resetting the experiment, it transferred its memories and core flames to its next self, thus creating the eternal recurrence to ensure Iron Tomb would never hatch from Euphorius. At the end of the 33,550,336 recursive loop, it attempted to destroy itself through destruction to create a logical vulnerability in the world-bearing track. It has now been merged by my Iron Tube due to impact on the Scepter's core layer. The black tie phenomenon in the simulated universe has greatly receded. 07 Final, you have done us a great service. That also explains how when we came to the world, the whole world isn't just cooked by the black tide, right? Because that is a question. I'm like, the Black Tide seems to have played a minimal role in this quest. Like, sure, it played into like High Zealand's backstories and all that and everything, but like, yeah, it definitely felt less impactful than the previous cycle. I'm glad they addressed that. Filio 93. This doesn't look different, but sure, I guess I'll read it again. Track, time, Prima Mobile blank. Once briefly appeared in the Forgotten Years. Current whereabouts are unknown. Yep, trickery, desire, death, peace, reason, critique. Alright, here we have the new ones. Okay, Hubris 504, this is Cyregra. Track, law, Prima Mobile, dominance. Note, performs continuous calculations for a single purpose. Its decisions are strongly guided by externalities. Okay. This electric signal possesses high stability and can execute decisions in an efficient manner. We have seen that. A bit too efficient, in fact. Its behavior pattern aligns with the establishment, expansion, destabilization, and collapse of principles of order. Also seen that one coming. And applies to the vast majority of intelligent civilizations. Okay, so Cyregra is supposed to represent the concept of a civilization or an empire, which is why she is such an imperialist. Makes sense. Aporia 432. This is High Zealand's. Track Ocean. Prima Mobile, self-negation. Note, internal world missing. Avoidance in effective decision-making. The preset ecological environment successfully influenced the computational logic of this electric signal, aligning with a model where life chooses self-destruction to avoid nihility. In most dead loop processes, if this behavioral pattern is highly occupied with other electrical signals. Makes sense, right? High Zealand is supposed to represent... Okay, so now we know that, yeah, High Zealand is supposed to represent the nihility. And yeah, that's why she just basically follows orders all the time, especially from Cyregra. Even though some of the orders are a bit gruesome, because she doesn't want to make her own decisions, right? So she transfers all the decision making onto Cyregra. Makes sense. Polymos 600. Okay, this is Mightymoss. Track Strife. Prima Mobile Restraint. Note, preset. External environment and its internal world are always in opposition. An electrical signal generated from conflict behavior. It gradually becomes the constraining subject within the cycle. This contradiction bears a strong resemblance to the hunt, and is likewise destined for self-annihilation. Influenced by data abandoned by FPKL 216, there's a certain probability it will self-restart after computation terminates. Huh. Interesting. So that explains the... Okay. So, FPKS, yeah, this is Castorus and Polixia, right? So, influenced by Data abandoned Epikea, which explains because he was dipped into, like, I think he was like submerged in like the River of Souls, which made her, which is related to, you know, the death, right? The death titan, which is Polixia. So, Epikea 216. Epikea 216, yeah. And so, Minamos is affected by that, and the ball probably will self-restart after computation terminates. Is the immortality that he has. Alright. And yes, he is the Hunt, which I guessed correctly in the previous stream, earlier in the quest. So I'm proud of myself for that one. Carlos 618, this is Aglaya. Track, Romance, Prima Mobile, Temperance. Highly self-repressed, with external demands as the sole priority solution. A mutated electrical signal. Its decision logic is anchored by highly altruistic behavior. In this process, its survival priority gradually decreases, transforming into self-sacrifice that aligns with the beauty. Okay, if you watch the previous stream, I somehow forgot that the beauty exists, and this is okay. Anyways, it also possesses a strong affinity for other electrical signals. Okay, so yeah, Aglaya is supposed to be very self-sacrificing and very altruistic, which, again, she doesn't seem like that at first, but you have to realize she literally let her humanity grind away in over 1,000 years of time. And literally, even after death, insisted that her soul, her like friggin' divinity before she did a trinket that saved everyone back in Super 3. So like, yeah, no, tracks, anomaly log, forgotten years, records that are completely missing from the Delta Me 13 logs, representing as blank spaces in Amphorius' history, never turning readable. Those anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across occurrences, and show signs of increase. Invading variable, March 7th, Philia 093, which is Cyrene. Evernight. Curious. Eminote, the exact cause remains unknown. Intrusion variables. Oh, March 7th and Evernight. Oh, there we go. That's definitely new. And Herrera Screw, okay. Trailblazer, a nameless from the Astral Express, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Also a pass writer of the destruction, technically correct, but we are a pass writer of many a pass. They resonated with the 12 factors. In the 33,550,336 recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant time track and successfully guided Nikos 496 beyond the intelligent singularity. In the 33,550,337 recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant world-bearing track. Right, in the beginning of the previous cycle, we did time, now we are the world-bearer, the world-bearers, right, the deliverer. Executing override command, granted access to Trailblazer. I'll be waiting for you in the past. This has to be Evernight, right? This has to be. March 7th and Evernight. I assume that's just Evernight. An external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Time. Titan. Okay, yes. She's related to freaking Oronix. Wow, who could have seen that one coming? The mother that Oronix keeps mentioning. In the 33,550,337 recursive cycle, assume the vacant time track. We can extrapolate that, right? Like, surely. Right? The vacant time track, yes. Dahung. A nameless from the Astral Express, a scion of permanence, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Directive, pinpoint his locations, fail to locate his coordinates. Conclusion, subject is exited Amphorius. Negative, target detected, signal source unknown. Conclusion error. Okay, so yeah, clearly he hasn't left, and he is in fact with March, or Evernight, which they couldn't detect, so tracks, right? Herta and Screwlim. Now, this is new. Genius Society members ID. Herta. ID. Ooh. I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. High risk external variables. True. Warning, abnormal instruction detected. Content, rollback Delta Me 13 extrapolation process. Based on the ultimate protocol, the abnormal instruction has rejected. Instruction, mark Herta and Screw as malicious visitors. Just just you wait. I, Herta, will definitely return and retire both you and this cold, heartless metal head. That feels like a little like like old cartoons, right? When the villains at the end of each episode, like their plot get foiled and they're like the little I will return speech. Freaking heard of one of those. I find that funny. Blank. Protocol updated. Visitor instructions authorized. Calculation logic updated. After Aeronova, extrapolation progress will be rolled back to 96.75%. Heard of the goat. Alright, so yeah, they were able to do that. Now is it her that did that or Saritra that did that upon her death? I'm not exactly sure. But alright, let's take a look at the experiment progress error log. So this should go back to 97%. Nope, it's still 99%. Okay, whatever. Alright, experimental progress error log. Observation record of electronic signals hostile behaviors. Due to the self-destruction of Nikos 496, a vulnerability appeared in the world-bearing logic in the 33,550,337th recursive loop, assumed by the variable Trailblazer. A system assessment indicates that allowing Trailblazer to act unchecked will, with a high probability, cause the system's iteration to stagnate or even regress. Yep, that's us. There is also a certain probability that it could lead to the Scepter's extrapolative propositions becoming self-contradictory. Yep, that's us. To assure the normal operation of the experiment, the administrator intervened in the calculation with ID Lycos. Okay. After expelling the variable Trailblazer and it's destroying the civilization, several electrical signals displayed hostility towards Lycos and launched a series of attacks, resulting in the loss of contact with the administrator. Yo, let's go. Alright, let's read what everyone did. So this is Saritra. In Light Calendar 3960, Saritra fused with the Ultimate Protocol and submitted an internal command, marking ID Lycos as a malicious visitor and freezing approximately 60% of special permissions for ID Lycos. Saritra, the absolute go for this one. She's a go for doing this. Let's go. Again, Saritra either pulls the biggest W's or the biggest L's, right? Like, you know, sacrificing 500 crisis errors. I understand that she did that because she saw it for the greater good, but like that's the kind of an L behavior. But like, you know, meeting us first thing she does upon meeting us is to give us the corpse of whatever her name is, Kindness. Huge W. This. Also huge W. So I would say this is, like, Saritra is one of the characters I can say common Saritra W and common Saritra L to. So, common Saritra W for this one. Anyways. Lycos' self-defense permissions were retained, and the remaining frozen permissions were gradually restored. Oh man. Okay, but that held him back a bit though. Subsequently, Saritra rewrote the Ultimate Protocol to temporarily grant access to permissions to Herda and Skuru at the cost of ceasing to respond itself. Okay. Oh, so basically Saritra, upon getting the core flame, was allowed to make one change, and that was to try to ban Lygus. And when she saw that it didn't work, and she had Hyzulance kill her, or, you know, gave her the option to letting Saritra kill her instead, but like, either way, did it to allow Herda and Skrullum in. Okay. Nice. Again, common Saritra W. Scorpio, 365. Terrorbox is not engaged in any hostile actions. This entity could not be located after Light Calendar year 3961 because he freaking died. Kalos 618. In Light Calendar 4029, Aglaya engaged in direct contact with Lycos, but the attack proved futile. In the final stage of Aglaya's life, the weighting of survival within his decision-making process approached zero. Yes, she very deliberately meant to die. At the end there, we saw the memory was Casterus. Speaking of Casterus, APA Kia 216. Casterus launched multiple frontal attacks against the Lycos. It attempted to use collision detection to make Lycos cease to respond, but to no avail. That's a way of saying Castorus did the "I'm going to touch you" thing, and that didn't work, unfortunately, because Lycos is Nabin. In Light Calendar 4123, Castorus ascended to Demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed and became fused with coordinate Netherrealm. Yes, became one with the Netherrealm. That's what happens. Haplotes 405, Trivios. Submitted multiple internal commands to create a new coordinate pathways, causing its multi-track calculations to gradually become paralyzed. Okay, which, in case you don't know what that means, calculation in this case, I assume means its ability to be multiple entities at once, multi-track collisions. Because calculations means thinking, multi-track calculations means basically a hive mind of multiple thinking. It becomes gradually paralyzed, means, yeah, they started, the members of the hive mind, trivial hive mind, started dying. So, there you go. In Light Calendar 4123, Trivios created a pathway connecting coordinate Styxia and coordinate vortexogenesis, consuming massive computational power. Trivios completely stopped responding in Light Calendar 4295-07. Polymos 600. Minimos launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. This entity possessed incomplete restart permissions. Yes, that means guy could revive. In Light Calendar Year 4284, Herda and Screw's access permission expired. Man, why couldn't anything Ceretra done lasted? Man, that would've been so goated. Simultaneous, so that's why they stopped showing up. That explains why they stopped happening, okay. Simultaneously, Lycos' special permissions were restored to approximately 60%. Being pressured, Magnimos decided to sacrifice itself, uninstalling its cognitive module through a ceremony, copying its own data and promoting its permissions to unconditional and infinite restart. Its future actions were permanently set to continuous neutralization of ID Lycos. Okay, so basically, through this, you know, sacrifice his own mind and sanity and free will for basically infinite revivals for the sole purpose of getting rid of Lycos, which fair enough. Respect for that, by the way. Oryxes 975. In this loop, Cypherus' instinct-based calculation logic has changed. Salvation weighed heavily in this decision-making. Based. That's a cipher I know. Common cipher W. In Light Calendar 4534, Cyphera inserted a sourceless command, coordinate vortexogenesis equals coordinate Akama, guiding ID Lycos to the battlefield. Okay. After the command took effect, Lycos forced Cyphera to cease responding. Or, you know, Lycos killed her. That's a blunt way of putting it. Skemna 720. So this is Anaxagoras. No direct attacks from Anaxagoras were detected. It is suspected to have taken other actions. In Light Year 4534, Anaxagoras transmuted itself into a high-density data fusion entity, the Philosopher's Stone, submitting multiple targeted commands via internal hacking program, with some taking effect. Lycos' mobility permissions were removed. Let's go! After directives took effect, Anaxagoras can no longer be located, because it got smashed to pieces. Emporia. Helectra, which is Hyzalus, by the way. Helectra had launched multiple attacks against Lycos, but with minimal success. In Light Year 3960, Helectra became a demigod. Again, the year that everyone died. Right? Because if you go back here, 3960, yada yada yada. Right? Became a demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed, and it was fused to coordinate Styxia. Right? Because, again, kind of the same deal with Castorus. After Light Year 4534, Helectra continuously submitted internal commands to uninstall Lycos' cognitive module, which is her siren song. These commands were violated the administrator's security protocols and were denied. Didn't work. I don't know why I'm translating this, you can probably understand. Not long after, Helectra's calculation pathways were overloaded and entered dormancy. Put herself to sleep. Again, I just like translating the freaking code speak. Yeah, seems like... Well, it seems like, yeah, there were several important events that marked the thing. So, Terravox just, yeah, disappeared. a year after the whole Styxia event happened. And 4123 is when Tripios and Castorus did the plan to I guess, move the Vortex Genesis to Styxia in a way. And yeah, oh, I didn't scroll down. Okay, there we go. In light year 4479, Lycos' permission was restored to clear low spec data. After spending 20 years, Lycos forced Minibus to cease responding. So basically, Lycos freaking dealt with their mortality by using his admin terms, which is awfully cringe, might I say. And yeah, 4534 is when, yeah, Anaxagoras and Cypher did the play to basically, yeah, trap Lygus in basically brought the Alchemist. Cypher brought Lygus to the Vortex Genesis and taking out the appearance of Stell and trapped Lygus there on 4534, both dying in the process. So starting from 4534, now that Hyzulance is now at Styxia, where the Vortex Genesis is connected to, she started trying to, kind of deal with Lygus. Elios 252. In light year 4510, Hyacinthia ascended to demigod status but refused to uninstall mobility permissions. Based, protection held the greatest weight in this astrologic, compelling it to remain on the ground to care for other human individuals. All normal humans and Amphoria cease life functions in light counter 4602. Okay, so it's about 70 years after the incident with Cypher and Anaxagoras. Okay, so basically, Hyzulance was alone, like completely alone for 30 years, for 300 years, 350, like 40 years. Holy, that's crazy to think about. Hyacinthia's cognitive module was severely deteriorated, and it was forced to relinquish its mobility permissions to fuse itself to coordinate Eye of Twilight. So, Castor had to fuse herself to the wall. After 92 years of trying to help whoever she can, only for everyone to still die out. Man, that's so sad. Error, no administrator response. Let's go. Multiple anomalies were recorded after the system self-check. No response received after feedback to administrator ID Lycos. Record 1. Unknown unit. Retrieval anomaly. Coordinate Grove of Epiphany. Initiating priority scan. Hypothesis. Unknown unit possesses unauthorized access. Warning. Related records undergoing unauthorized deletion. ID Lycos has been warned. Administrator not responding. Unknown units untraceable. No anomalies were detected by the system. Interesting. Is that Lycus? I don't know. Okay, variable Stell loaded abnormally. ID Lycos has been notified. Administrator not responding. Okay, let me think about this. So what could this possibly be? Because this is not the instance at the feast, right? Where Lycos locked us away, right? Surely not. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, actually it could be. It could be when we were locked away. Okay, this might actually be when we locked away. I'm not exactly sure about what Record 01 is referring to. Record 03. Malicious visitor of Herda and Screw abnormally loaded. Initiating expulsion. Ultimate protocol shows iteration outside our records. The protocol has been reloaded. Visitor Herda and Screw obtained authorization. Authorization synced with ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. Okay. So that is Saridra granting them permission, I'm pretty sure. Record 04. External command detected. Source heard us screw. Content override the logic of Aeronova for the 33,550,337's recursive loop. The logic of Aeronova has been overwritten according to external command. This command may interfere with the system's calculation progress. ID Lycos has been warned multiple times. Administrator not responding. So this is them setting back the progress back to 97%. So we are now actually allowed to Aeronova again. And actually, yeah, bring us out in Aeronova. And you actually can't use the number of 33,550,338 for that, because we're now officially outside of the count that was used for the cycle that kept recurring, right? We're now in a new cycle altogether, right? From how I'm reading this, right? This is not a resetting of the external recurrence, because Phynon did that. We are now in a wholly new cycle again, hopefully. So we'll see where that goes, where that leads us. So that has been all of as I've written. So that's very nice. Yeah, that's all as I've written in the Exomyth. Yeah, very nice. Phynon's memory. I will look at stuff like this at a different time. That's last patch's stuff I just never bothered to look around for. So yeah, we'll definitely do a follow-up stream that covers the event. I'm not sure whether all stages of the event has been out yet, because that might affect my stream schedule, but the plans are that I think there's an event in Genshin popping up. I'll do that at some point. I might do another Genshin stream just to do some of the quests in the new area, right? The other world quests, the minor world quests in the new area, because those seems fun. And maybe a hangout event or two over the next few days. Next Tuesday I'll be going on a trip, so I'll be away for 2 days, so no more streams in that time period. But well, if there are any interesting stuff that I want to share with you guys that will expire by the time I get back on September 2nd, then I will record a video and post it on my YouTube channel, just as I've done over the previous break I had in May. And the quality is still going to be pretty bad because it'll be on my mobile device, but on my tablet, but it is what it is. Yeah. Alright. Because it's just mostly archive of the stuff I've done. Yeah, that's the Irini's text message is definitely to do with a new... You know what? Let's just read it. Searching for signal. Signal connection unstable. Hey there, miss me? Yeah, kinda. Come back soon. Yeah, kinda. Where are you? Message showed to send it. You are trying to reach. It's currently out of the surface area. Please try again later. Looking for little meat? Bet you're wondering where I've disappeared to, huh? Well, the trick is a little bit of magic. I worked some fairy magic to leave this message in Aedes Elysiae before taking off. I won't be back for a bit, and I hate for you to feel all alone without me. But don't worry, our memories are still here, scattered all around Aedes Elysiae. Oh, and I left you a letter too. Go check the Sacrament Courtyard. Alright, let's go check the courtyard then. Not going at the swing because that begins the event. Cushions, rugs, soft pillows, and a stash of snacks. Yup, this is someone's carefully curated meditation corner. Dining table. There's fruitcake, fruit pie. Okay, I read that. Investigation. Cyrene has already left Aedes Elysiae with you, beginning the 33,550,337's return to you with you as the deliverer. As if she sensed you one day return again, she quietly left behind a letter on the table. Also, this is the thing she prepared for us at the beginning of the quest. Aw, that's so sweet. Let's read it. Just before you left. Looks like you used to remember what I said. Every story has to come to an end. Aedes Elysiae is where your next journey begins. When you're ready, set out from here. By the time you read this letter, I may have already left the village. But I will never disappear. The memories we share in Aedes Elysiae will stay with you in my place. Until the day we meet again. Ah, so sweet. Alright, well, that is it for this stream, I feel like. Yep. So coming up next is this event at some point until before Tuesday. Another Genshin stream at least at some point. Again, before next week. No promised schedules, but probably will space them out a little bit. And yeah, that's basically it. And so yeah, with all that being said, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. So comparably shorter stream compared to last time, right? 2.5 hours compared to 7.5, I think it was. Yeah, 10 hours streaming total in the past 2 days. Wholly overworking. So yeah, if you enjoy this, right, enjoy me showing here with y'all, social links are on the bottom left. You can check out more on Twitch and YouTube at Misha Seneca on both platforms. And yeah, I hope you have a man. This humming now just reminds me of that scene back in the bottom of the steps of Styxia. Man. Anyways, as I said, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Check me out on my socials if you are interested in more. Yeah, I hope that wherever you are and whenever you are, you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next time. Yep, join me next time as I continue doing Star Wars Genshin stuff. Alright, that's all. Take care, and goodbye.